Yo, it's Amanda Dodd, and she's kinda odd, but hey, she's totally Amanda.
Hey friends, welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to my porch. That's a truck going by because there is a main road right behind our house, so just ignore any vehicles that may be in the background. I figured that starting out here might be a good option just because my decor is a little bit more simple, whereas for my interior decor I have tons and tons of items, so that's gonna take a little bit more time. There's even a crow making this so magical, but I just wanted to point out that right now I do have my spring/summer welcome flag out. And I'll change out my doormat. I do have these flowers that hang up and they're just gonna be year-rounders. I think obviously in the winter I'll take them down when it's snowing, but I did buy them to kind of work seasonally. I feel like the colors on them work for spring, summer, and fall. And if you guys saw my last video, I did just get those new planters, those faux mum-looking flowers. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to put those, but I'm just gonna play around and see. Toodaloo to our lighthouse summer doormat. Definitely has a ton of sand in it. The first is just gonna be an easy swap for my Halloween mini flag. Oh look, another glorious morning. Makes me sick. Next up is just my doormat combo. I have this as the first layer, and then this cutie trick or treat one that I lay on top. Okay, so now for the more fun part. If you watched my last video, you'll remember these. I have a pair of these pumpkins and they do have a spot to hold candles. And you'll also remember these guys that are super fun. These are the ones that need to be deconstructed a little bit though. I've already started the process of opening up. I got rid of the existing lights that were in there and I'm just going to relight them and then reconnect them. I'm kind of thinking these might be more of an inside vibe. These damn mosquitoes. Fuck off. Okay, I need to wrap this up because I'm gonna get eaten alive. These are my pride and joy. You guys saw these as well, and I think I'm gonna have the most fun figuring out where I'm gonna put these babies. So I have three ideas for these. Either they're gonna go on either side of the door, or they're gonna go under the columns, or they're gonna go on our steps. Let's figure it out together, shall we? Okay, so they are super cute right there, and I did do a poll on my Instagram and this was the one that won. However, I feel like with the two flowers, like these ones hanging and then these ones, it's almost a little bit too much for me. I'm gonna try by the door really quick, but I think that the steps might be my favorite. Okay, I definitely think I do like that better than the last one because again, I don't like the double flowers here and here. This gives a little bit more dimension, but again, I'm still thinking steps. And when I bought these guys, I definitely did envision them going in front of the columns. And I need to wrap this up because it's getting dark. What do we think? I'm kind of thinking this is the vibe. I do have this new yard stake that you guys saw in my last video and this one that I've had for a few years. This one I usually have by our stairs, but I'm just gonna play around and see where they both end up. Spooky. Ta-da! All right, you guys obviously already saw this view, but I just also wanted to show you it from this view. So you come over here. I just decided to double those stakes up, but I do think I love the flowers right here. Just a little something something when you first walk up. There's my flag. And obviously the cute pumpkins. We walk up the stairs. I love all the leaves already falling. And that's our mat. Now you may be having the same thought that I have, that it is a little bare with nothing on either side. So I kind of envisioned some kind of animatronic friend right here. I do have a large skeleton named Benny, but he lives inside. So that just leaves more room for new friends. And we also do have a long pillow that goes down here, but I'm thinking it would be really cute to just get some festive throw pillows. I envision myself being out here with cozy blankets and just reading. I'm so excited. I just had to show you guys my updates. I totally forgot that I had these 2 signs. So cutie. My new pillows just came in from Amazon. I think they're so adorable. And I think they're just gonna be perfect for right here. Hiya! Hiya! Pretty cute! And then I just added a cozy Halloween ghost blanket. Oh, just imagine me sitting out here, sipping on some chai pumpkin tea, reading a book. Tissue in my pocket, tissue in my pocket. All right, it is the next day and I just wanted to welcome you all inside. This is our living room and this is where I do my main Halloween decor. So this is all left over from summertime. We actually rent our house during the summer, so I do kind of keep it minimal. You're gonna see with Halloween, it's just like bam, so much stuff. There are certain spots that I do love for particular items, but since I am growing my collection, I do like to obviously incorporate them in the design. So it's always exciting just to try new things out. But anyways, first up, I'm just gonna get rid of everything here so I can start with a clean slate. One of my favorite things of all time, I love this postcard. Until next summer. Alright, this is a pretty good stripped down base because I do like to keep these couple of items just year round. They kind of go with everything in my mind, and I build around them. I am just gonna do a little clean before I start though. Okay, good enough. I started out with my candles, again, just a good base that I have in everyday decor. Okay, and now for the fun part, I'm gonna bring all the stuff that's usually over here in and just start placing it. I love this sign from Cracker Jack Junk Sign Co. Obsessed with all of their stuff. It is a centerpiece in my decor though. I put it here last year and I really loved how it looked, so I think I'm just gonna stick with that. Cool. And now is when these usually come in handy because our fireplace cover actually is a little bit wobbly. We kind of MacGyvered it and the base isn't attached to it, so I always kind of put something heavy in front of it just to hold it up. Not bad, we'll see if I keep that. Cute. And I typically always put some flowers in this little jack-o'-lantern tin. I think that's as good as it's gonna get, and I will add one of those pillar candles to this as well. I just wanted to show you guys a close-up of one of my favorite DIYs of all time. I would recommend though, if you are going to make this, don't use glass bulbs like I did, even though they do have that gorgeous realistic look. They do break quite easy and they are hard to store and keep from breaking, so just use plastic. I can already see a swap that needs to happen though, because there's not enough room for this and I want it to be right here. And this one's weighted enough that it's gonna hold that in place, so I'm not too worried about it. And one of the bulbs actually is broken in the back, so thankfully you can't see it. But I've had some also just come apart. They're hot glued together, so a lot of the times I do have to reapply them every year. So that's why I recommend the plastic for you. Just a heads up. And I think I am just gonna go with my broom on this side like I usually do because I do like balance. So to balance the height of those flowers, this needs something over here. And again, just because I am weird about balancing things, you'll notice that as I'm placing things, I think I am gonna put one of these on this side just because I have one on that side. So I think that can go right here. And these old pots really do look super witchy to me. And sticking with the witch theme, so cute, it's gotta go by the cauldron. That's definitely staying like it is. This side I am for now just gonna do it like I did last year, but I might change that up at some point. Now I'm sure that some of you would be weirded out by this, but I grew up playing with Ouija boards. They don't really freak me out, and I do like to just use it as a decor piece at the very least. And this is a super sick vintage one. Like genuinely, the box itself is just awesome decor. Here's a close-up of the Ouija board, and I did put it on A for Amanda. This is my favorite garland ever, so I'm gonna hang that next and just begin to work on the mantle. And this one's another sign that I have that I like to be the center of the mantle. And it says, Halloween. When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. So that'll just go right up here. I try and do it by sight sometimes, and because I am so crazy, I will bust out the measuring tape to see if it's even on either side, but that looks pretty good to me. And if you guys watched my previous video, you saw my baby Sam that I recently got. I had thought he could be cool as a centerpiece, even though I really loved my centerpiece last year. And I think I am going to go with my one from last year just because I think Sam is too tall. Yeah, and he's going to block the sign too much. And I have just more of a classic jack-o'-lantern that I'm going to put there instead. And I just really shouldn't doubt my baby because I think that this is in my top 5 favorite Halloween decor items ever. So he's going to take his rightful spot on the throne. Definitely let me know in the comments if you are as crazy as me and actually own candlesticks that you don't burn because they're just so cute. I reuse these every year. They're definitely going to go somewhere up here though. For now, I'm just going to pop them up here. And I see that last year I actually did move these to the center. And I already know my thought process behind that is just to give some light here in the center. I will put another pillar candle in him, but just to have some light throughout because I do have other things that I put on the side over here. And of course, forever sticking with the witch vibe, I had this over here last year. So I think I'll stick with that. It looks pretty cute. And then I'm going to balance this side out with some light up ghosts. And then these are just the ghosties that I'm going to put on that side. Hopefully that didn't change up too much because I definitely kicked my tripod a little bit. But here we go. Again, back to balance. I'm going to put these cuties on either side over here. These do light up as well. All of my batteries are charging, so I might have to show you guys the final look on another day. These are cute little bat figurines that I absolutely love, and I'm just going to put them probably here. This brass candlestick holder always gives me spooky vibes, and I think I am just going to put it up here to add some light that is going to be lacking on this side because this does not light up. Dare I say, the mantle and fireplace is pretty much done. I just have to wait for all my batteries to charge and then I'm going to light everything up. Next, I'm just going to work on this door area over here. Vintage die cuts are actually my love language. And this queen goes over here every year. I love this spot for her. Ah, she's so cute. I love her. And then as you guys can see right here, we do have a little wall plate display. And I'm just gonna incorporate these ones on there. And then I'm just gonna put this vintage die cut and this antique photo in between over here. That's why I layered them like that. But look at this queen. I love her so much. It says Elizabeth on the back. So cute. This is actually a cute DIY I did a few years back on my thrift shop. Paulin and Love Thrift if you want to check it out. But I always just put this up here. Command tape is my best friend when it comes to decorating. All right, and last up for this section of the house, I'm just gonna fill in these areas down here. And remember those 2 big giant jack-o'-lanterns that I'm gonna rewire? I'm thinking they're gonna go right there or maybe like right in front here on the floor. Friends, this is why it is so important to take pictures for reference for following years because I forgot that I do also put these on the mantle. So I'm just gonna incorporate these as well really quick. And if you can't tell, I am a maximalist. All right, I think that looks pretty balanced. So these bad boys, I'm still waiting for the lights to come so I can rewire them. I think I am just gonna put them here for now. Oh, they look kind of crazy because they're obviously not done and attached right. You can't even really see them right now on video, but I do have more things that I usually put on that side. That's why I don't really want to put it directly to the side of the fireplace. I always love styling this antique piano stool. I love the claw feet on the bottom. It's just perfect for spooky season. And it goes right over here. It just always looks cute with some books stacked on it and a witch hat that I always place on it. Now because I love Trick or Treat so much and Sam so much, of course I have a plushie Sam as well. And I think that I'm gonna do what I did last year with him, and that was just to use one of my pots, put it here, and I kind of make it so he can stand up on it. And as you can see, that just helps support him and he can stand. And this is just a cute decorative pumpkin that I have. Has a cute turkey on the back of it for Thanksgiving, but obviously we're gonna keep it like this for now. And then I do like to put one of my little witch hats on the stem of it. So cute. And because we know a bitch loves balance, I'm gonna put this pot on this side so it'll balance out the one that Sam is sitting on. Y'all get it by now. Y'all get the vision, I hope. And if you guys have watched past Halloween videos, this is another one of my faves. It reminds me of Binks. I can't even remember where I put him last year. I want to say I had him next to Sam on the floor, but that just feels disrespectful. He needs a better spot, so I'm thinking maybe here this year. This is also a touch lamp, fun fact. And this is just a cute vintage card that I thrifted, and I am just gonna display it on this card holder. And last year I actually had it where Binks is sitting, and I had this pumpkin next to it, like right here, which is a cute spot, but again, I think Binks just needs a better spot this year. So instead of this going here and the pumpkin going there, I think I'm gonna put this here instead. And that's cute because it's like a cat card next to Binks the cat. I'll have no problem finding another spot for this as well. Vintage books are always a good one to keep your eyes out for at the thrift store. They work perfectly for spooky decor and other things, of course, but I am going to put my witch hat on top of this stack. And this hat doesn't have a hole on the bottom. That's why I do just like to stack it on top of books. All right, friends, well, I think that pretty much wraps up this section of the house. I am gonna have to show you guys it all lit up a different time. I'll probably cut to that next, just because my batteries are still charging. Let me insert that here. So magical, I know, it really is my favorite part to decorate in the house. But guess what? Next up, we're gonna do this section over here, and then I also have an entryway section that I can bring you guys along on. I'm thinking it's probably best to split that up into another or maybe 2 more videos though. This one took me quite a bit, so we shall see. So stay tuned, and either way, I will see you in my next video. Peace.